It's Dirty Honey Day today, because I was asked to put this next on the list. Dirty honey is one of the crimes of passion, although this one is an eau de parfum. It didn't come out finally as extra strength because there are a lot of restrictions on white flowers, mostly because of the benzyl salicylate, or as it was called at school, or benzyl salicylate, as perfumers call it. It is produced naturally by jasmine and lang lang, and also available synthetically, but this is one of the things that you'll see on the allergens lists. It's one of the reasons that jasmine is restricted to that much in perfumes these days. But anyway, I wanted to make a white flower fragrance. But I also wanted to make a honey fragrance, and in the Crimes of Passion, this one was provisionally called Dip Me in Honey. But it was one of those ones that I was struggling with nailing completely where I wanted to go with it. So I hadn't started working on it, but in my mind, I needed to do this honey fragrance with white flowers somehow. It was called Dip Me in Honey because one of my next door neighbours used to use the expression where I'd say, "Oh, knock me down with a feather," as an expression of surprise. She'd go, "Oh, dip me in honey and throw me to the lesbians," which is fine because she was a lesbian, so that was her idea of a good fun. So Dip Me in Honey and Throw Me to the Lesbians was possibly going to be its full name. I might still make that one. So there we go. Dip Me in Honey wasn't really happening. Then I was walking down my street on the way to work, and I live in London's suburbia, and we are very fortunate that most of our street still has front gardens, mostly because they're far too small for people to have paved over and stuck their cars on and ruined. But so we got little gardens, and I stopped dead at this. I keep stopping dead at bushes. People just walk into me, but I just, oh, isn't that so gorgeous? There was this flower. It turns out to be the Mexican mock orange bush. And it smelled, I thought, what is it? What is it? What is it? I know, it smells like honey that's been dropped in mud and scraped back up again. It smells like dirty honey. Dirty honey, what a great name. So I was thinking on the way to work, I was on the bus, thinking, dirty honey, how can I do that? And recalling the scent. I can't recreate scents in my head. I think about like 5% of the population can do that. It's not me. I dream in scent, but once I wake up, gone. But I know when I find it again. So I was thinking about this scent and how I might be able to do it, and it became my honey one. So I thought, I'll leak this. So I put the photograph that I'd taken on Instagram and Facebook and said, "There's past this bush this morning, smelled just like dirty honey." And people kind of laughed and said, "That sounds like a good name for a perfume." And I thought, yep, I think you are right. We'll do that thing. So I set off with it. So it's, for a honey fragrance, it's not sweet. You'd probably be expecting the kind of, it's not a sticky sweet vanilla-y mixed with ice cream and caramel kind of honey. It's dirty. What do we get dirt from? Well, normally I would get a dirty kind of smell from vetiver. That's a hint. Beeswax is responsible for the colour, but I have added white flower fragrances, other ones which, some of them smell dirty, some of them smell really clean. So jasmine tends to smell quite dirty, and my opinions on jasmine, a little goes a very long way, fortunately because of the restrictions. So there's a little. So some of my gorgeous frangipani from up the slopes of the Andes, grown in Colombia by the lovely Carlos that I met in Barcelona at a materials event. Some of that in it. And this honey absolute, and the material used for synthetic honeys. And what else? The gorgeous beeswax. Okay, there's not a lot here. This is just my one, because I've been using it up. But dirty honey. So now it's an eau de parfum. It's just today. It's on its way to Canada. It's currently in Lucky Scent, Los Angeles. It's on its way to Holland any moment for Parfumeria to stock it. Just so you know. and I've actually been wearing it. I was never a big white flowers fan, but you know, if you do interesting things with them, like blending them with honey and dipping them in mud as a perfume, then I find that kind of thing quite wearable. So yes, it's really a white flower, but it's because this particular white flower, the Mexican orange blossom, does smell of dirty honey. So next spring, they've all gone now. Next spring, if you see, this has got kind of oval leaves in groups of about 8 clusters and tiny little white flowers, and you spot one of them, stick your nose in it, see if you can get the dirty honey. Because a few people, they went, I don't think it smells like dirty honey, and then they come back next and go, you know what, I smelt it and it does. So took that and I bottled it, and that is the tale of dirty honey.